Baltimore is considering a curfew for teenagers. That's right. In a preliminary vote, the city council approved a bill that could make Baltimore's curfew laws among the strictest in the country. This started because of a bunch of teens rampaging through a 7-Eleven last year, a lot of vandalizing and stuff like that. We've got some details on the curfew. Kids under the age of 14 would need to be home by 9 p.m. year-round. Kids aged 14 to 16 would have a curfew of 10 p.m. on weeknights during the school year and 11 p.m. on weekends. There would also be a daytime curfew during school hours, and more than one citation could result in a hefty fine. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't think we need the nanny state. That leads then to the police state, which then leads to the militarized state. I've watched a lot of science fiction movies.
We've seen this movie before.
We've seen this movie before. Yeah, all right, just take it away.
Well, I agree with you. I think this is way overkill because it's taking something that did happen, a real incident, which did frighten people. You know, there was a gang of teenagers running around, and you know, I don't know exactly how much havoc they wreaked or wrought.
As teenagers do, and we do see these videos popping up in, it's always in 7-Elevens, right? For some reason, teenagers decide to go in there and they snap up all the Slim Jims.
But you know, a curfew isn't necessarily going to make any difference on that. You have to have a police officer or other official there to actually catch them in the act of not meeting their curfew, and then give them a ticket at the time. So all you have to do is just not let the cops catch you, and then boom, curfew is useless. It also seems to me to be overly restrictive. You know, you've got kids who have to work after school. You have kids who have to, have late night rehearsals and theater, for example. You know, you have to. I just think it's too restrictive, and it basically punishes all kids for just a few kids who are unable to find something to do with themselves.
Right.
So.
9 p.m. Should kids be in bed at 9? I mean, basically, you have to be home playing video games. Like, you can't even be out in a park chasing a ball, perhaps.
Yeah.
What were you doing at 9 p.m.?
Oh God, the last night? Preparing for today. Thank you very much. Yeah, and like the theater kids are the ones who are definitely going out and causing all the havoc.
You're saying that it sweeps in a lot of kids that wouldn't necessarily be the ones that are supposed to be targeted by this.
Yeah. My biggest issue, I totally agree, is that this is conditioning these kids at a very young age to know that if they or their peers
step out of line,
then the government comes in and says, you guys cannot be trusted with freedom. You have to be contained and restrained in your homes. And I think that really sends a bad message to somebody who just sort of grows up and gets that idea at a young age that they're going to be taken control of.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's why the part about the school day, that the curfew would be, warranted during the school day, is even worse to me than the nighttime thing, because playing hooky is like part of growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a great episode where The Simpsons, where Bart doesn't go to school, and the whole episode is Principal Skinner chasing him around town. Like, that's a part of growing up and fighting the system and not being conditioned to always believe in power. So does that part seem worse maybe than the nighttime part?
To me,
skip a day of school.
I know. Ferris Bueller's Day Off could never ever happen in Baltimore. And come on, that's an iconic film. So one of the other parts about it is that they're going to find the parents. And I think that if you are a parent and you are, say, working 2 jobs and you're not able to be home in the evenings, and so obviously sometimes teenagers are going to go do impulsive things like run around when they don't have somebody. So it seems better to not punish the parents who may not have the resources to ensure that their teenagers are occupied in something constructive. Maybe the city could turn that money instead over to programs and places for kids to go.
Right. So you're punishing the people who already are behind.
But yeah, it would. I would generally guess that parents who have to be at work at night would not appreciate having to be fined for something because they don't have the resources to give their kids something to do.
Yeah.
There are policies that show that if you provide basketball courts, recreation centers, places for kids to go, teens to go that are safe, they'll go there.
Yeah, I remember growing up, and my dad would always be trying to get me out of the basement playing video games with my friends, and I always remember thinking, if there was a lit basketball court at night, we would have been running around, but there were no lit basketball courts. Kids want to be outside, I think, generally. Yeah, and I say this as a big video game.
I don't know what pre-Thomas Edison world you grew up in where there weren't basketball courts, and I guess that maybe that's...
I grew up on the wrong side of tracks.
Apparently, I don't know.
It was pretty rough.
But
the other side, they had the lit basketball courts.
I think the crazy thing is, especially summer is coming up, July 4th. What are they going to have to leave before the fireworks start at 9 p.m.? I mean, it just seems absurdly overreaching. But the real problem...
Well, I guess they could probably be out with their parents. I'm sure there's part of this.
Well, but I mean, I'm not going to... When I was 15, I wasn't going out with my parents to go watch fireworks. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I think the real problem, obviously, is the kids are acting out. This is not addressing the real issue here.
Right.
What we should do is empower adults with the ability to just beat the shit out of these kids if they get out of line. And then, because if there's consequence that's related to the act of acting out, you know, and if the police aren't there, you know, just be like, well, I had to give him a whooping because he was traipsing through the 7-Eleven. You know, I mean,
I didn't think we were going to go into the pro beating kids realm with
all
this.
All about controversy, YouTube commenters. Yeah. All about stirring it up.
So playing the devil's advocate a little bit. So I'll give you the child beating thing. Is it maybe, or is some of this may be okay at the most local level? That if there is a town that something was really, I personally don't agree with
like
this.
Like the footloose level? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, just really at the really micro level, if there was a little town somewhere where just all hell was breaking loose, that the local authority, I guess, even though
yeah, that's probably an extreme case, like you say. You know, I could maybe see that happening in some case where
zombies were around,
exactly,
you wouldn't want the kids out at night.
Zombie apocalypse, you're definitely going to need a curfew.
Yes.
So, you know, but no, I don't really see why they want to. Well, I mean, actually, I take that back. I do see why they would prefer to put in a curfew because it actually requires very little from the city as far as resource. It just means that the cops get to go find kids to ticket, and then it's a little bit more source of revenue for the city because they get to find parents. But you know, I can see them not wanting to put the effort into actually dealing with the problem and creating a solution to the problem rather than just, you know, putting a Band-Aid on it.
Wow, a solution to a problem rather than conditioning kids to think that they're criminals. Not the worst idea I've ever heard.